During dinner time, Timmy doesn't want to eat his spinach, so he throws it away, leaving Cosmo and Wanda to vaporize it. But when he asks for dessert, his mom serves carrots, because his parents are going to be eating healthy food for dessert every day. From now on, from now on. Timmy then goes to AJ's house for dinner, but discovers that for dessert they read math books. Timmy tries yet again at Mark Chang's place, thinking it would be a better option since he's from Yucatán. Everything is backwards, so they would serve dessert first. Mark serves himself and Timmy what appears to be pistachio ice cream sundaes. However, the sundaes are actually broccoli and Brussels sprout sundaes, since everything is backwards. Turns out the Yucatánians eat vegetables for dessert. After his failed attempts for sweets, Timmy gets fed up and wishes for no breakfast, lunch, or dinner, just desserts. Wanda tries to explain that eating healthy gives one the energy and brain power to perform tasks. Timmy then exploits Wanda's weakness for sweets by taking out chocolate, which results her in going crazy and begging Timmy to make the wish. Not usually the skeptical one, Cosmo tries to explain what happens to Wanda if she consumes too much sugar, but Wanda puts in a bubble before he could say what would happen, so Timmy makes the wish. The next morning, Timmy's mom wakes Timmy up for dessert, and what she made him scrambled cake, 3 strips of chocolate, and a hearty bowl of frosting, clearly mirroring scrambled eggs, bacon, and oatmeal or cereal. He devours it quickly while his berries munch on an ice cream sundae in their fishbowl. Timmy then goes to school, receiving a sandwich from the lunch lady. Snack that is an ice cream sandwich. Wanda, disguised as a carton of milk, eats the sandwich in one bite and agrees with Timmy. Cosmo, also disguised as milk, looks at Wanda's low-fat sticker, or shows that this won't be awesome for long. In Timmy's bedroom, Cosmo warns Timmy that when Wanda eats a lot of sugar, she tends to have a sugar rush. Poking out from the piles of sweets, Wanda starts to have a sugar rush and goes crazy. Cosmo yelling at Timmy to run, but he ends up getting a sugar rush too. Cosmo then figures out if you can't beat him, join him. When in Rome, let them eat cake. Pretty soon, everyone gets a sugar buzz or eating too much sugar. And Turner feeds their breakfast. Chet You Betcha has an extremely fast news report, and school only lasts for 3 minutes since everyone is on an insane sugar rush. Everyone is running marathons. Everything is hurried. After the 3-minute school session, Cosmo explains that the sugar-induced energy will eventually wear off, and then something else will happen. I don't remember what. But he thinks it has something to do with weight. 28 days later, everybody has become morbidly obese and hooked on sugar. Everyone has lost the sugar rush energy and become big lethargic blobs. Instead, with ill-fitting clothes, in his dessert-filled bedroom, a fat and overweight Timmy has a large plate of cake resting on his huge belly. His bed snaps in half under his immense weight, causing the cake to fall on the floor. Timmy asks if constant dessert led to them being fat, which Cosmo responds with a, "No, that's not it. It's more chocolate." Timmy slowly waddles up to them, asking Cosmo if he is for sure he isn't right. When Timmy's dad barges into the room using a stomach flap, which causes Cosmo and Wanda to poop into their fishbowl, in which they are so fat they can barely fit. Timmy's dad has to roll Timmy down the stairs because he thinks he's going to be late for school. Cosmo and Wanda are about going with Timmy, but they are so fat they can't use their wings, causing them to stay in Timmy's room to eat more fatty foods and therefore getting him fatter than they already are. The school bus collapses under all the weight when it reaches school. Out of the bus comes rolling 2 obese students along with a new obese Chester and AJ. In school hallways, since everyone is bloated and lethargic from all the unhealthy desserts, they're forced to roll around like beach balls instead of walking. All except for Mark Chang, since the Yucatán desserts are vegetables and healthy food, because Mark is different and fit. Obese Francis tries to stuff into a locker along with his obese bully friends. Francis attempts to grab Mark, then he, along with his bully gang, try to chase after Mark. However, they are all too fat, lethargic, and slow, allowing for Mark to casually walk away to avoid their grasp. Eventually, Francis and his gang collapse on the floor in exhaustion. Our overweight Tad also scooters by as this happens, but his weight causes the scooter to break down. Francis then sits up to catch his breath, then falls down once again due to how out of shape he is. Francis' failed bully attempts leads Timmy to think this is a pretty good wish due to the fact that no one is going to make fun of being fat anymore. Anyone can get as fat as they can with no consequence. Feeling proud of himself, Timmy stuffed his face with another chocolate bar, and the bell rings. Timmy tries to stand up and walk to his class, but fails since he is too heavy and out of shape, so he rolls to class instead. During class, a fat Mr. Crocker explains what would happen. One area of the earth about the size of Dimmesdale had a massive increase in weight. The earth hurtles into the sun. After this brief lesson, Mr. Crocker tells the kids it's dessert time. The large kids cheer and open their desks, which are filled with more sweets. They eat more desserts, and everyone in the class gets heavier. Trixie, who is extremely fat, was eating a giant cookie when the sheer size and weight of her belly and butt caused her belt to break. The massive weight caused the chairs to sink to the floor. The earth begins hurtling towards the sun. A fat Sanjay then rolls to the window to warn everyone of what is going on and quickly roll and escape. Everybody in the room starts rolling for the exit, but gets stuck on the way out. Timmy rolls back to his house, but is too unhealthy and fat to climb the stairs, then waddles to the middle of the room and uses a small amount of remaining energy to jump, which causes the ceiling to break due to his morbidly obese size and his fairy godparents to come down to him. He tries to wish everything back to normal, but Cosmo lost his wand somewhere in his layers of fat, and Wanda does not have enough energy to lift her arms. He realizes she was right that we need healthy food to have the energy to do things like lifting your arms. Remembering that Yucatonians eat healthy food for dessert, Timmy goes to Mark Chang's spaceship and tries to get his last can of spinach cobbler. At first, Mark Chang declines, but after Timmy sits on him, he lets him have the can of spinach cobbler. Then Timmy asks Mark if he could lift Timmy into the house. Mark thought that he meant literally and reacts badly, saying that he can't lift Timmy. Then Timmy said he meant using a ship to lift him, and Mark Chang drops Timmy off literally at his house. After landing on Wanda from his fall, Timmy forces the spinach down Wanda's mouth. Wanda then has a brief period of energy that immediately goes away as she struggles to lift her arm, but still can do. Before Timmy grants a wish, we get an obese, excited Mr. Bickles is at the top of his diving board, ready to jump into his new pool, but the sun's heat causes the pool water to evaporate, in which an upset Mr. Bickle falls straight down into an empty pool as his weight causes the diving board to break. Back to Timmy's house, Wanda yells at Timmy to make the wish before she loses energy, so Timmy wishes everything back to normal. Timmy learns his lesson of eating healthy food. It's seen, and Cosmo's still having his extra weight. Wanda is then revealed to be stuck somewhere in Cosmo's layers of fat. As he tries to retrieve her, he only finds a tire, an airplane, an elephant, a cowboy sheriff who appears to be hunting another cowboy that he pulled out earlier when trying to find his wand. They jump back in a fight with pointy spurs, causing Cosmo to explode.